Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we'll look at another lovely base that you might recognise from Command & Conquer, because this is the Combat Support Airfield, which is this lovely thing that I'm currently standing on. So this is more of a decorative piece that you place in your world that you can upgrade and make functional if you want to do that, but as it stands, it's there for you to land your ships on, and you have a little building to wander around and decorate if you want to. So this structure, like I said, is from Command & Conquer. It's basically made for your ship to come and dock up to reload their ammunition such as rockets and bombs, and then fly away to attack your enemies. This does not build aircrafts in that game, this is more of a supplement to the airfield, so that rather than having your ships come across and land down onto your airfield that's currently building ships to reload their ammunition, you can assign them to the support airfield, have them come over here, refill their ammunition, freeing up that slot on the airfield so they can keep pumping out units, while this is supplying them with ammunition. But yes, as I said, this thing doesn't currently actually do anything in Space Engineers. It's a decorative piece for you to upgrade or just utilize as is, depending on what you want to do. And if you do want to make it operational, as you can see on these 4 docking pads, you do have a center section that you can remove and add a connector on, conveyor up all underneath this station, go across your master container system on your base, and use it as such. But for now, I'm just going to press F10, find it in spawn menu. The Combat Support Airfield is 1,425 large blocks, using the Warfare 2, Deck Block number 3, Deck Block number 2, Automatons, and Heavy Industry DLC packs. We see here just a tiny bit of information about it, such as is the GDI, Combat Support Airfield, and that this grid only plays a design role and has no real functionality, which we've already talked about. So I'm going to give this thing a thumbs up. I suppose what we'll do is start over at this little building at the back here. We'll have a little pan around the outside to what it looks like, then we'll go around the interior, and I think that'll be that for this video. So over here, and what I'm calling the very front, this is what we get, the Combat Support Airfield, and this is our main building, our main control center for us to wander around and set up and use as a small little base. We've got some catwalks, some railings going all the way across to a sliding door, then we've got a couple of windows here inside, and a couple of time blocks, and a event controller that is set up for a cargo container system, so it does appear like this was originally designed to be connected up to a cargo container. There's currently none attached onto this grid. Anyway, moving on to the side, here we go. And they've got some steps to go up in the inside. There's steps on all sides of this building, so you've got plenty of ways to get in and out while under attack. And there's another sliding door to get in and out. Round towards the very back of this building, once again, another set of stairs, another sliding door. There's our 2 time blocks. Then above that, we've got ourselves a very glowy interior wall, which we'll take a look at a bit later on, because I haven't actually seen people use that on other designs before. But yes, over here, there's our other windows. We've got some steps lead up to another floor. Round over here, more steps get up and inside. We have to come around onto this building before actually turning our attention over to that other section. There we go. And there we are back at the very front. Anyway, turning over to this part, we've then got almost like an open storage bay. We've got a bunch of barrels, and then got our cargo crate to store stuff inside, as well as a red explosive barrel to can blow up all the goods in there, so if you're getting attacked by a pirate, I want to blow up all your stuff so they don't steal it. Behind them, we've got ourselves 2 little silos just sitting on their side. We've got some lovely hand skin in a grey and black colouring that goes across to a very slimy green colour. And of course, we've got our scaffolding blocks, we've got our beam blocks going right behind that. Nothing going on with these, but I'd imagine these would be to fuel up your ship, come and dock up to this pad. Move up and look down at this thing. There we go, that's all it is. To the opposite side. And there we go. Then we move across to our actual pad where our ship's going to come and dock up to. This is what we get. So we've got these lovely creamy blocks going around the outside. A lot of use of our armoured panels in the white and light grey colouring. A couple of bits of hand skin here and there. There's some orange blocks on the side to come across onto a little support pad to clamp yourself onto the ground with. If you can look down at it like so, that's simply how it's been set up. They have been numbered, so we've got 1 on this pad, we've got 2 on the next one, then on the 2 we have to see, we've got 3 and 4. And they've all been bridged across by some orange catwalks, which has some heat vents right in the middle there, purely there for some decoration. That's simply coming all the way across over to there like so. Looking out on the side, a couple more freight crates for some decoration and to give it that overall resupplying look. Then onto the opposite side. Here we come all the way around. There we go, we've got another little silo just in the ground there. Once again in a greenish colouring, but in a corrugated skin. Then we come around to this part. There we go. Then they got some more rounded steel blocks. This time once again in that slimy colouring that we see on those 2 tanks in the background. I believe I called them silo earlier, so do excuse that. Then over here, once again, half buried in the ground, we then got our freight crates, which is basically a repeat of what we saw on the opposite side where I'm standing. And with that, I believe that's pretty much it for that pad. We come look down this building, so I did forget it. We then see a couple of orange blocks, once again are creamy whitish blocks. Then got some interior pillars in the grey and orange colouring, an antenna to make sure we can always find this thing. And then we have grey blocks, which are inset light blocks, just give a bit of light for the inside. And I suppose what I can do is come all the way down underneath this thing. Here we go, so that's how it's been set up. So it is made to sit off the ground, but I've just buried it in a little bit and raised the surface up just to cover up a few of the edges. And there we go, so below the pads we are completely hollow. So like I said, it's very easily upgradable with connectors and a whole conveyor system linking across the cargo containers if you want to do that. But that's entirely up to you, unless you want to keep it as is, as a decorative feature. And with that, I think that's it for the outside. So all that's left to do is grab on my character, come across that building, and have a look at the inside. So across our orange catwalk sitting on top of our heat vents, past here, and past our little roundy blocks right there. And then we come across to the catwalks that lead on the inside. So this door is currently open because I've been taking a look at this before I start recording. So closing out the door behind me, and this is what we're greeted with. So we have an event controller over there, which like I said earlier is set up to control the cargo containers. So when it gets a certain amount full, it's going to do something, but that something has not been set up yet. And of course it's got no cargo containers on this, barring that freight crate or the actual openable crate sitting on the pad to the left of me. But yes, we then got our time blocks, once again with nothing set up, they are there to use if you want to use it. There's our door for the opposite side, there's our other doors for the side section, they've got some steps to go all the way up. Just having a quick look around this corner, there's our window for the opposite side, there's the shadow of the antenna on top. And suppose with that, now I've got to come up these steps, and here we are at this small little control station. So we've got a bunch of control seats lining the side, also on the opposite side through there. We then see the bottoms of our inset lights that we can see from the top. But as for that, there's not too much else to talk about in here. Each of these seats have nothing going on with them, so hopping inside, bring up the HUD. There we go, nothing going on with these. So if you wanted to, you could put some guns on this, like a Gatling gun here and there, have these seats manually control them, or like I said, set up the docking pads with some connectors, and then use these seats to actually lock and unlock them, so you can control who's coming in and out. Yes, looking up to there, that is our interior wall, which does look very odd. I've never actually seen the skin on the interior walls, but it looked like, when I initially went through this building, like it was an LCD screen clipped through it. No, it is just a plain interior wall with the sci-fi skin on the front of it. Anyway, coming out of that, and just having a walk through here, here we go, there's some more scaffolding blocks. And as of that, that's pretty much it for this building, and structure, and all that has to offer. So yes, it's a fantastic looking building to use in your world. It's an almost perfect recreation of the one from Command & Conquer, and I do highly recommend checking it out and using it in the world if you do want to have a multiple docking pad system for all your ships to come dock up to. These pads are fairly big, so you can get a medium-ish sized ship on here, so you can have, say, a couple of fighters, a couple of mining ships, and if you really wanted to, you could always remove one of the edges and put a ramp on there and use it to dock up a land vehicle and store it with that. You can also build up the edges and actually encase this in, so you can have like a full-on garage to store the vehicles inside. That's entirely up to you and would ruin the overall design of this building. But yes, as it stands, it looks fantastic, and I just highly recommend checking it out yourself. So be linked to its description below to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.